Strategy is a vision, but without a focus or a priority, or focus or priority enforces. If you don't have a focus or a set of three priorities, you cannot enforce it. So I do try to stay that. But to your point, how do you prioritize as well, even that in that vision? Um, we do some tactical techniques that I apply with my team. When I say that this is going to happen, if everything is a priority, nothing is going to ship. So I don't accept that as a response. But like I said, there are tools that I work with them. There's something age old concept called dot voting or things like that, is where we give three votes to every team member that they can prioritize. So the clear winner on that can is like, right, if I'm not deciding, it's a technical decision, we go from that. Then you have matrices around of priority, which I love, is which is the high business value, and how much effort it's going to take. That those are kind of metrics and tools that we've armed over the years to help us prioritize. But yes, they know I'm going to ask them what's the top priority and how are we constraining ourselves. I won't take that answers, but I encourage my teams to ask questions to each other, challenge each other, um, and use these tools to help come up with those priorities.
Mm. It sounds a little bit of sort of conventional project planning. I know that's something that we're coming up soon to our annual strategy planning, and then we have multiple touch bases quarterly on refining our strategy. But one of the things we do is like, okay, here are the different projects we can be working on. Here's the different products we can be working on, and we do that three dot voting system where we go, okay, everybody has we can vote on which ones, so we put it all up on the board on the whiteboard, and then we can select, and then we highlight, okay, as a team, these are going to be our priorities, right? And we select that one, and then we map out how we're going to execute that. And then really looking at, how can we implement that over time, right? How can we uh, actually deliver on this? And when we look at the projects that we're going to be selecting, we'll look at what has the greatest amount of impact, mapped over the amount of effort. So we'll sort of map that. Okay, you got effort over impact, and I think that almost is like the impact could be the value, right? What can give us the greatest amount of value within the organization with the impact that we have on people's lives, and then for the least amount of effort, or we try to find that balance. Is that similar to what you're speaking about in terms of sort of that yeah, how you sort of hone in?
Exactly. Think about through in a little bit more complexities, a little bit more factors, but exactly that's the process you just need to learn to scale, right? That's the process which you're talking about business's impact. I'd also throw it in change management, how much change, how much skilling I would need for my teams to get there. So think about that corporate hat as you grow up, as you grow in that kind of team set, but you're spot on. Exactly the same core principles.
Yeah, exactly. Because I guess the change management, especially when you're impacting hundreds of employees and the teams, it's as how do we have the skill? How do we bring forward the changes that might bring within and across these teams and across the organization? I think those are some really great insights.